this morning and welcome to a Can We Please Stop Claiming Players Who've Left the Program edition of the OHIO podcast. Do us a big favor, everybody, and smash it. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help us out. Another thing you can do to help us out is make a comment in this comment section below this video so that we can reach a more broader audience. So I was on the old X yesterday, formerly known as Twitter, and came across a tweet that I, at this point it's just trolling. Like, I think the guy's trolling. I hope he's trolling because if he's absolutely serious, it might be one of the dumbest Ohio State fan tweets I've seen in a long time. So, without any further ado, let's just dive right into it because it's just asinine. It's just asinine. Here we go. Sam Block. So Sam works for ESPN, I assume, according to his profile. And he says Joe Burrow, Justin Fields, CJ Stroud, Quinn Ewers, Kyle McCord, Will Howard. Ohio State is the new QBU. Um, Where's Dwayne Haskins at, first off? You throw no respect to Dwayne Haskins, who was literally a first round draft pick, and the reason Joe Burrow transferred away from the program. Like, that's some serious shade that you threw, number one, Sam. So, strike one on your tweet right there for not even mentioning the late, great Dwayne Haskins. So, shame on you for that one. Now, let's take on Joe Burrow. We have, like, I feel like people don't understand the greatness. Like, every time they bring up Joe Burrow, it really is a slap in the face of Dwayne Haskins. That's what I believe. I believe it's a slap in the face of Urban Meyer and Ryan Day in choosing Dwayne Haskins to be the starter that year, and in doing so, like those guys have forgotten more about college football quarterback play than Sam or myself or anybody else combined would even like that's retarded to even say that. Like, again, Joe Burrow was a great quarterback for LSU in year 2, okay? You go back and look at his first year at LSU, and you go back and look at Dwayne Haskins' year at Ohio State, it's no wonder they chose Dwayne Haskins over Joe Burrow to lead that team that year. Joe Burrow would have had to set out another year. His year of development at LSU was that it was development, and then he had the great year in 2020. But 2019, my goodness, Dwayne Haskins played head and shoulders better than what Joe Burrow did. So there's that. But Joe Burrow, you can't claim Joe Burrow as an Ohio State quarterback. Well, he graduated from Ohio State, Eric. Yeah, he's an Ohio State graduate. He was not an Ohio State quarterback. He was a backup quarterback, and no one celebrates backup quarterbacks when it comes to championships won or stats accumulated. Like, the backup quarterback is who everybody cheers for because they want to see him on the field when they're disappointed in the starting quarterback. That's my rant on that. Justin Fields. Yeah, we get to claim Justin Fields. He was 1 year at Georgia and then he transferred. Do you seriously see Georgia fans claiming Justin Fields? Like, I've never seen one. Not one Georgia fan have I ever seen claim Justin Fields as a Bulldog quarterback like you're claiming Joe Burrow. All right. So just stop with the Joe Burrow stuff, man, because if you're going to claim Joe Burrow, then you automatically can't claim Justin Fields. Sorry, you can't. CJ Stroud, that one's legit. You recruited him, you developed him, he played, he went on to the NFL draft. He's going to be and is a great NFL quarterback and already might be the greatest Ohio State quarterback in NFL history. Then it just gets silly. This is just silly. Like, I'm sorry, Sam. This is when I think Sam's trolling. Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers left high school a year early to come to Ohio State to get 1 year of development, cash a check, go to Texas, and become one of Texas's greatest quarterbacks in school history. How in the world can you even claim Quinn Ewers on this list is beyond this. That's why I think he's trolling. He's got to be trolling. Please, Sam, tell me you're trolling. Please, please tell me you're trolling. You cannot be serious in claiming Quinn Ewers on this list. You can't do it. Then you have Kyle McCord. Now, that's where it gets a little bit interesting. Kyle McCord recruited, developed, started, then left. Okay? And Will Howard, who's tied right into Kyle McCord, recruited by Kansas State, developed, started at Kansas State for multiple seasons before kind of being pushed out by Kansas State to enter the transfer portal to end up at Ohio State and winning a national championship for the Buckeyes. Now, those two are always going to be tied at the hip because of this, because of their connection to Ohio State. Kyle McCord starter in 2023, transfer Pitt. Will Howard transfers in from K-State, starter in 2024, wins the national championship. So let me dive a little bit into this scenario because there's some nuance there. When Kyle McCord and Will Howard get drafted in this upcoming NFL draft, and they are on the preseason football whatever game in August, and it shows their picture, and it's Kyle McCord comes on. He's going to say, Kyle McCord. Do you think he's going to say from the Ohio State University, or do you think Kyle McCord is going to say Pitt? What about Quinn Ewers? When Quinn Ewers is drafted, he's starting a game on Monday Night Football. Quinn Ewers from Texas, from the University of Texas. Or do you think he's going to say the Ohio State University? How about Will Howard? Now we'll keep in mind, Will Howard started for 3 years at Kansas State. But when he gets his first start in the NFL on, say, Sunday Night Football, and his picture shows up, do you think he's going to say Will Howard from Kansas State? Or do you think he's going to say Will Howard from the Ohio State University? That, to me, is how it ends this debate. Who claims what quarterback, who claims what players when they go to the NFL is when they come on television and they say their name and they tell you what college they came from. That ends the debate. Joe Burrow has never come on television and said from the Ohio State University. He's always said from LSU. That's why you can't claim him. Justin Fields has always said from the Ohio State University. He's never said Georgia. That's why we get to claim him. Quinn Ewers is going to say Texas. Kyle McCord is going to say Pitt. Will Howard is going to say Ohio State. And despite everything he did at Kansas State, he did some great things at Kansas State, Ohio State will get to claim Will Howard as our quarterback at the next level. You don't get to claim Joe Burrow. You don't get to claim Quinn Ewers. You don't get to claim Kyle McCord, Sam. Sorry, that's not how this works. Justin Fields, CJ Stroud, Will Howard are our quarterbacks. That's how this thing works, man. The fact that you put Quinn Ewers on this list, it's got to be that you're trolling, man. Absolutely has to be that you're trolling. Now, if you want to come back at me and say, listen, all 6 of these guys spent time at Ohio State under Ryan Day in their development, then I'll sit and I'll listen to your reasoning behind that. But that doesn't make Ohio State quarterback you. What makes you wide receiver you, what makes you linebacker you, what makes you quarterback you is who came from that college and played in the NFL. And if they don't claim you, I'm sorry that you might have had a year of development like Quinn Ewers did. Texas gets the credit for that, not Ryan Day and Ohio State. Kyle McCord, Pitt's going to get the credit for that, not Ryan Day and Ohio State. Not Ryan Day and Ohio State. Sorry. That's how it goes, man. So this tweet, which by the way, go find the tweet, read the comments. They're absolutely hilarious in my opinion. Like, I understand what you're trying to do, Sam. You're throwing out a tweet to get a lot of feedback here, but I can't honestly believe that you believe this tweet. You can't believe this. You cannot believe this. If you believe Ohio State gets credit for all six of these guys, you really need to turn in your sports card, dude. Turn it in. It's a terrible take, my man. Absolute terrible take. Today's Bible verse, Proverbs 10:9. He that walketh uprightly walketh surely, but he that perverteth his way shall be known. Make sure that we're walking by faith, not by sight, people. Well, I don't know. I don't know how many people you're going to claim. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Do you agree with my take on this? That basically where you graduate from, where you end your career, I should say, because yes, Joe Burrow did graduate from Ohio State. I can already hear people saying that. Where you ended your career is where you're claimed. That's where you're claimed. And that's how the NFL does it. And that's how we're going to do it. And do you agree with that or do you disagree? And if you disagree, let me know why you disagree in the comment section below. I would love to get some of your takes from this as well. Don't forget, we have our big live show tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, roundtable discussion. I'm wondering if this might pop up in the discussion. We'll see. But we've got some great topics for you all tonight. You're going to love it. Make sure you're there at 8 o'clock Eastern. Don't be late. Be a part of the chat. It's a lot of fun. And we're going to have a great guest and some great topics to cover, guys. So don't miss that. Be kind to one another. I owe someone's OH. Send Carmen Ohio with all your heart. Till next time, you know what to do. Go Bucks.